Hey you guys, it's Crystal Jordan here with Auesomely magazine, and today we have.
Tuqane Stevens.
And where did I meet you at?
We met at the Vonda House, also the Cafe I Am.
And you know what's crazy? My other brand, Becoming Her Magazine, with my business partner Jasmine Hawkins, we are partnering with this brand to amplify their voices and celebrate the owner, Ms. Vanna herself. So let's get right into your interview.
Absolutely.
My question for you is, what is your autism story, and why did you self-diagnose yourself with being autistic?
Um, yeah, so first, like for me, that started, I think, in like 2021. So
Hmm.
literally, it's a recent thing. But I had just gone out of a bad relationship and I was vocalizing like my issues with my relationship to my friends and then my therapist at the time, and me vocalizing things and asking like, okay, what is it that I've done wrong? What is it that I could do better? Me talking with him about it, he was just like, okay, well, have you considered like diagnosing with like autism because of how like you're showing similar symptoms and things? So I said like, oh well, I hadn't, but I'd recently heard about it, how there's so many different like people that are high functioning and truly have no idea as to the
Why they
fact that
operate
they
the way they do?
exactly.
Right.
So he gave me like a couple tests for me to go ahead and take at home, but he was like, hey, I'm letting you know this is like to do the whole process. Not only is it going to be expensive, but it is going to be like a lot. So he was just like, here, take these tests, and then depending upon what your scores are going to be coming back as, for the most part, like once you reach a certain threshold, that's going to be something that would let me know that you are like showing enough of those signs in yourself. And then it would just be something that we would talk about through therapy together. And so, yeah, I did that, and now I'm here.
Okay, so my question for you is, you being an adult, how did it feel to have your late diagnosis of being autistic? Like, how did that make you feel? How are you mentally with that?
It's very complicated.
Okay, and it's
On
okay.
Yeah, on one hand, it's like it's a breath of fresh air because it's like, okay,
I
so
now
that,
understand.
yes, it
That's what
puts
I'm at.
so much things into like perspective for me.
Hmm.
And the biggest thing is like it's helped me with my relationships with people so much because now I'm engaging in my conversations with people, like especially about serious topics, going along the lines of, okay, hey, what is it that could help me with you going forward?
Right.
Because once I know what those boundaries are, I'm able to more effortlessly talk, communicate, and move forward like
Mm.
that.
You know, I struggle with boundaries. I am still working on that. I've been working on that since 2021, to be exact. That's when I really got a therapist, in 2021, because I needed to work on a lot of things in my personal
Hmm.
life. And she the one that made me realize that I've been battling depression for a while. And
Yes.
once I realized that, I really think it's also autistic burnout.
Hmm.
That is a thing, because women that are autistic they mask a lot, and because I did self-diagnose myself, I'm trying to officially get my test,
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure I'm on the spectrum because of how I grew up, and I was in special education and so many other things, but now I'm processing. Oh my God, I have a late diagnosis. I'm not mad at my family.
Hmm.
I'm not there. I'm like, it's so many adults that are on the spectrum don't even realize they're on the spectrum, and they just living life.
Yeah, and not even to mention like that also applies to dealings with, especially like in black culture overall, where so many of them don't want to go ahead and find out those details because of so many different
Others,
things.
it's
Yeah,
one of the things is judgment
yeah,
and
it's
embarrassment.
yeah,
Like, yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to take the test, and I don't think I'm autistic because blah blah blah.
yeah.
Forget them.
Oh, my child's completely fine. Like he doesn't have any
I meet
issues,
a
and
lot
then
of people
ignoring
like
it.
that.
It's like it's something where once knowing that, I went and I talked with my mom about it, and then she was retelling me stories about from her youth, where because she's recently found out now as an adult that she has borderline personality disorder, which got diagnosed when she was a child, but her mother and aunts and stuff didn't want to like have that being a hold of things, so they ended up pushing her into Catholic school and like being super religious
I get
to
that.
move through things and being just like, oh, it's no longer affecting her because religion has helped.
And I'm me being a Christian. I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna attack the community, but I just like that. So
Yes.
me growing up, I was not speaking nonverbal until about 5. I did not. And then when I did start finally speaking, I needed, as my family say, a translator was for my sister or my best friend Trinice at the time, which we still are best friends. They would help me translate because a lot of people didn't understand what I was saying. I was either talking too fast or I sound like a robot. And I look back at all my traits and I'm like, I was screaming autistic child and
Yes.
nobody knew. But I'm not mad because back then it was 1 out of 166 diagnosed at the time. Now it's 1 out of 34 according to the CDC. So it wasn't a lot of awareness back then around that topic. So my question is, if you feel like you could have been diagnosed at when you was a kid, do you think it would have been better?
Yes and no. I think it would have came with its own journey and struggles itself.
Are you
But
happy you found out as an adult versus a kid?
honestly, yes. Because for myself, I'm more able to. One of the things about me is I try to, even though we exist in the shades of gray of the world, I try to go ahead and make sure that I have an understanding as black and white as I can make it. And I feel like with me doing that, I'm able to be more hyper aware of not only myself but my interactions.
I love that. You know
Yeah.
what's crazy? When I'm officially diagnosed, I'm gonna be happy that I found out as an adult because I'm already walking in that purpose. I'm already advocating. I'm already pushing the mission. And what's some lasting words you can leave with an adult that's watching this that may be on the spectrum and don't know it or struggling to get that test? And how can they find you as well?
So my big thing would be what was told to me, which has stuck with me honestly since high school. And then once I found out that I very likely am, it's kept me going. Which is like my little mantra, which is in Latin, "Improvidus apto quod victim," which is improvise, adapt, and overcome.
Improvise, adapt, and overcome. I love that.
So it's like it's stuck with me, being like anything that comes my way, just take it in your stride and move accordingly. Adapt as necessary to survive that situation, and then when you come out of it, you're going to be victorious.
Oof. And where can my audience find you?
So I'm going to be on all platforms under Courageous Donut.
Can you spell that just in case somebody cannot spell that?
Yes, COURAGEOUSDONUT. Courageous Donut.
Well, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this improv interview. When he told me that he self-diagnosed himself being autistic, I just had to touch on it because this is what I do, and I literally love everything I do. So I just had to do it. So thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Follow him.
Yeah, please do.
Bye.
Bye, guys.